Cosolix, wrenched.
Let's go over to our game caption and let's see how they do. Good luck to the players. And may the odds be ever in their favor, eh? Oh, that's the wrong screen. That is definitely the wrong screen. There we go.
Wrenched already starting out with a pretty good lead. As you can see, the color changes already starting to come out. Some combos coming in along with those SIGs. Wrenched has been pretty trigger happy with that SIG, and it's been working out very well for him. Usually people are, very good at being aware for SIGs, knowing to punish, knowing to dodge, knowing when just not be in the space and that SIGs are, but that dare, oh, just barely Wrench is able to make it back to the stage, and Cosolix firing everywhere he can, full commitment, full throttle. That SIG also coming out from Wrench. Wrench is being quite trigger happy with these SIGs, connecting. He's using them very well. Cosolix is trying to find his way around the stage. This hammer coming out, slide charging the SIG, and that doesn't come really close to Wrench. That gives him some free reign to come back on stage, grab blasters. We're gonna see how well blasters goes into this game with Cosolix. It seems to be doing all right, as Wrench had a pretty close KO option. Cosolix really just needs to try to find his way back on stage and gets punished for trying to recover with a GC SIG. Wrench is choosing to stick with Katars and also juggle weapons a little bit, because weapon serving is a true combo, but that true combo gets cut short. Cosolix is able to pick up lands. These approaches are going to be very different. Wrench is going for combos and damage buildup. Cosolix is going to be going for KOs. Cosolix is going to be going for those big commits, just like that recovery that we've seen come out a few times so far. Very daring ground pounds and dares that we've seen jump out of Cosolix's bag of tricks. So Wrenched is already starting to find his way around those quite nicely. But there we go, some combos coming out. Cosolix choosing not to carry Wrench further off stage and chooses to keep Wrenched on stage in the middle of the arena. And Wrenched, in response to that, chooses to throw for Katars. There we go, the SIG coming out, but it actually fails for once. That SIG also whiffing. But Cosolix choosing not to punish and chooses to just get back on stage, get his footing, so he's able to hit that recovery. And another one, but it falls short. That Sair able to send Wrench down to first stock. Considering the lead that Wrench was able to build up, he had a little bit of a damage lead for that first stock. Cosolix is rocking quite nicely, but it's still not that big of a lead. Wrench could easily tie this up with just a few good hits. That Sair into a delight dare. So many options coming out from Wrench. The next one could be it. And it is so close to being there, but just not quite. Well, the delight recovery, tried and true, will be the KO for Wrenched. Falling a little bit behind on damage, but this is not, it won't be miracle work to be able to bring this out. Wrench could very easily build up this damage and find the way around Cosolix's lance.
Yeah, absolutely. And oh, Wrench going a little bit crazy on the Cosolix, but Cosolix is able to get back to that ledge. Oh, Cosolix going crazy, but Wrench is able to get back on the other side of the map. Nice movement coming out of Wrench, dodging Cosolix's nairs, downlights, etc. But Cosolix comes in with a Sob Cider, and Cosolix takes the first round to their name. Very nice job, and that was very close between his players. So we'll have to see what they do going on from here. They're striking out all the maps, and they're going back to Small Borough Haven, and same characters again. They're not swapping. I think both of them feel very comfortable with it, and we'll have to see how it goes in round 2.
I got an itch. Wrench is going to go for some of those big offstage plays that we almost saw happening. He did get punished pretty badly for it, but it still didn't, that wasn't the thing that directly KO'd him. He was still able to find his way back on stage and live just a little bit longer. So I have a feeling some of those big, those nasty Qatar strings off the side of the stage might really be what Wrench is going to need, or maybe just used to as disposable. Right now, Cosolix is trying to litter the stage in attacks, make sure that Wrench doesn't have that much space to move around. The SIG also coming out, and also another SIG coming out from Cosolix. Wrench chasing Cosolix, and Cosolix choosing to, make sure that he always has a lance, throws away hammer, make sure that the next time Cosolix is is defenseless. He's able to pick up Lance, and this offstage Lance coming out from Cosolix. The nair into Sair. Wrenched with a huge commit to make it 2-2 white.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know, I think that might have been worth it. I don't know what it was in Wrench's mindset, but
but that was
not. Wrench used their option, their final option off that ceiling, and did not knock out Cosolix. Didn't go in for a second falling recovery, etc. But still, I mean, it's so even right now between both these players. Wrench is doing very well with his blasters. It is countering Cosolix's Lance very well, which brings me to a point of like, I wonder how Cosolix does against blasters in general. Maybe Wrench knows that Cosolix is having a hard time and just swaps back to Castaris and does a lovely signature knockout. I don't know. And Wrench right now with a quarter stock lead, still on their second stock, and now the more damage they do on Cosolix, the more of a lead they'll have on their final stock.
And Wrench gets knocked down to that final stock. Cosolix bringing him down with him. Wrenched. Honestly, these, I was just about to talk about the blasters, but these Katars are really actually doing Wrench a miracle right now to build up damage and start to continue the lead. Wrench is not giving up this lead. You will never be able to pry this damage lead from his hands. As currently it keeps piling up. Wrench chooses to weapon starve maybe not. Cosolix is able to pick back up Lance and Sticks with blasters for the KO. Katars are great for building up damage, but once you're able to get the KO with blasters, you're able to nail it on the head. Wrench is able to put one up at the board for 1-1, and we are not changing our characters, but Cosolix is saying that, you know, I'm a little tired of Brawlhaven. I want to go somewhere else, and the places that we've left, we don't want that many platforms. The only platforms that Cosolix left were, I'm pretty sure, Miami Dome and Apocalypse, and the other one, of course, being Demon Island with no platforms. And Wrenched seems to agree that we don't want that many platforms. That platform, how often does it really get in the way? Sometimes you can just ignore it, but it is still there.
It got in the way there, especially when we're just trying to go back down to that platform and with the guitars. But I don't know, it might leave some good options for Wrench because they can like deal away with Cosolix's Lance a lot. Like for a lot of the attacks, they won't go through that platform. I don't know. I mean, it depends. Wrench with the sidelight down light dare, but misses the dare. Cosolix with the counter. Nice jump sider coming at a Wrench, but a lot of back and forth. We do see Wrench starting to do a lot more of the priority of the damage with those guitars. Nice downlight. This is that side air. Cosolix with that two-piece with Lance. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But I don't know. Wrench has a half stock lead, but I'm just thinking about their overall power and game placement and how many like top 32s, top 8s, etc. that they each have. I mean, technically, Wrench has more overall in top 8 to top 32s, and that shows it right there. Wrench with the knockout Cosolix's first stock, and I don't know. You can see a lot of the experience coming out of Wrench, and while this is more of a newer character for them compared to most, it's still a guitar character that they can do very, very well, knocking Cosolix into the orange of that second stock. Nice thumb sider coming out Cosolix, and that lands.
Oh, but that also lands the center! Wrench just playing beautifully right now. What is this?
I don't know, but the side of Wrench we haven't seen, I mean, that we saw a little bit earlier, right? When we saw them on the winner's side. And this shows that Wrench is going crazy with those guitars. Blasters neutral, nice nair coming in. And I think Cosolix is having such a difficult time against it. Is Wrench gonna 3-stock Cosolix?
Oh, good God, Wrench going hard on his sticks.
Oh my God. Wrench.
God.
He just went crazy on the sticks, man. Very nice job coming out of Wrench and 3-stocking Cosolix. That's nuts. I think he's one of the only people that can do it because of his experience as a 2's team player with Cosolix right now. Oh my God. And I would say realistically, like, some of the, I would say this is maybe a new character for Wrench that Cosolix is not used to going against. And the blasters threw Cosolix off. And they still are, which is surprising. Look at this! Hard silent downlight right afterwards into like a weapon throw. What is going on between these two players? Cosolix is trying to use the range advantage, but Wrench is kind of like dodging out of it, trying to outspace it very well. Wrench missed that sidelight. Cosolix punishes, but Wrench with the sidelight, the dare into sidelight coming in. But I don't know, a lot back and forth. I really can't say exactly what they're doing because of how fast it is, but Cosolix had a little bit of a lead. That just got removed by Wrench's 3-piece combo. But I mean, you can definitely see Cosolix is trying to control that platform and even control the ledge. There you go. Cosolix with that first stock knockout on Wrenched. But as I said, like, he was originally controlling the platform and went to that ledge, and Wrench wasn't ready for it at that time. Wrench is really good off that ledge, and that shows it right there. But still, Cosolix, I mean, has been doing very well on both sides of the map, and it's a lot more even than I was expecting round 4 to be, especially off that last round, which was a 3-stock. Wrench! Wrench! Oh my god! Cosolix is able to come back after that? No fucking way.
What is happening?
Oh my.
Ren still just trying to be very zealous, very ambitious, and Sarah able to send Cosolix. Ren still halfway through this game. Orange on second stock, Cosolix just touching down, fresh on last. Maybe with the hammer. Hammer's been a bit different. Cosolix has been on Lance for most of this. You can tell Brawlhaven was probably Cosolix's choice to try to avoid a repeat of last game, and that would be a good way to also avoid a repeat of last game. Apocalypse definitely weighed down Cosolix a bit, but you didn't put it. Brawlhaven doesn't put any extra weight on Wrenched. He is still just lightning fast. Cosolix just needed to ease some of the pressure off of him, and here Wrenched is just completely going ham, and the weapon throw almost connecting. Wrenched knowing to try to read for the recovery. The Sair trying to send Cosolix a bit further away. Wrenched is all over the place, all over on top of Cosolix. Right now at Army, should try to find something to work, but just playing out of his mind right now. Wrench still just really looking for the KO. We know that Wrench has it in him. We know that Wrench has a KO in him. Nair after nair after nair for both Cos and Wrench. And there is Delight recovery to put an end to that. What a fantastic game. Oh my god.
Yeah,
that was fantastic.
And that gives Wrenched a 3-in-1 over their teammate, man. And the way that Wrench was knocking out their teammate was absolutely phenomenal. Like, we have a couple replays here as well, but I mean, that was awesome coming out of both of those players, man. Like, Wrench has been using his blasters very, very well over Wrenched, which is insane. And then now we got Cosolix having a difficult time. Wrench knocked out with the ground pound on arms, and then tries to knock off with that sire, lands that, and then on the final round almost knocks him out with the nerd combo, but it gets a downlight recovery knockout and just absolutely wrecks. So congratulations there to Wrench on advancing into the grand finals of the Moose Wars, and we have not seen this, I don't think, in Moose Wars history. I don't think we've ever had Wrench in top 2.